North American University is a small, private, nonprofit university located in Houston, Texas. North American University promotes a healthy mix of campus activities and strong academics. North American University offers bachelor's and graduate degrees in computer science, education, and business administration, and has great scholarships ranging from $3,000 to $11,000 still available for the upcoming fall semester. Apply at www.na.edu or call the campus to set up a tour today. North American University is a small, private, nonprofit university located in Houston, Texas. North American University promotes a healthy mix of campus activities and strong academics. North American University offers bachelor's and graduate degrees in computer science, education, and business administration, and has great scholarships ranging from $3,000 to $11,000 still available for the upcoming fall semester. Apply at www.na.edu or call the campus to set up a tour today. North American University is a small, private, nonprofit university located in Houston, Texas. North American North American University is a small, private, nonprofit university located in Houston, Texas. North American University promotes a healthy mix of campus activities and strong academics. North American University offers bachelor's and graduate degrees in computer science, education, and business administration, and has great scholarships ranging from $3,000 to $11,000 still available for the upcoming fall semester. Apply at www.na.edu or call the campus to set up a tour today. North American University is a small, private, nonprofit university located in Houston, Texas. North American University promotes a healthy mix of campus activities and strong academics. North American University offers bachelor's and graduate degrees in computer science, education, and business administration, and has great scholarships ranging from $3,000 to $11,000 still available for the upcoming fall semester. Apply at www.na.edu or call the campus to set up a tour today. North American University is a small, private, nonprofit university located in Houston, Texas. North American University promotes a healthy mix of campus activities and strong academics. North American University offers bachelor's and graduate degrees in computer science, education, and business administration, and has great scholarships ranging from $3,000 to $11,000 still available for the upcoming fall semester. Apply at www.na.edu or call the campus to set up a tour today. North American University is a small, private, nonprofit university located in Houston, Texas. North American University promotes a healthy mix of campus activities and strong academics. North American University offers bachelor's and graduate degrees in computer science, education, and business administration, and has great scholarships ranging from $3,000 to $11,000 still available for the upcoming fall semester. Apply at www.na.edu or call the campus to set up a tour today. North American University is a small, private, nonprofit university located in Houston, Texas. North American University promotes a healthy
here at Stafford Municipal High School District, where we're looking ahead to a matchup between the North American University Stallions and the Southwest Raiders. Stallions coming into this game having lost the last 9 games, looking for a victory today, and against a short-handed roster for the Raiders, and looking to see at this point in this season what bright sides they can look forward to and start building on throughout the off season for next year, trying out new young talent and seeing what can be developed, where they have strengths, and plenty of film to study, but plenty of bright sides to look forward to now going forward as we just finished the national anthem, getting ready for this kickoff here. Another exciting one here with my fellow man, the Wolfman.
Ow, baby, that is right. And like you said, we have plenty of bright sides to look for. A bunch of JV players are getting some opportunities to play, and it wouldn't be the normal case. You know, Pandey's very disciplined with his guys waiting and being patient with their time. But he has got a few valuable notations on this roster I want to talk about. Having a great JV football season is the young quarterback, Brandon Gonzalez. He'll be wearing number 2 today. And Brandon is a bit of an option quarterback with a big arm, but he definitely relies on the sneakiness of his feet. So I say hopefully he gets some time, but that is due to a first-time Stallion blowout. Then Brandon should get a lot of time. I hope he doesn't get some time because we have any more injuries. I do know we have Breezion out today. Yeah, it is Breezion. I think Breezion Spiller is sitting out today. Roland Harvey is playing with an injury. Not sure how much time we'll see from him. Jesper Corclane is also... We're live. Jesper Corclane is also a very seasoned quarterback, but sometimes he loses the confidence of his coaches. So we hope he has a decent game so they can stick in with him. And it looks like we'll be underway in a moment, as one of our star JV players actually just came in to check out make sure the score guys are operating as they can. And I tell you what, he is a young leader. I give him a lot of hard time. I kind of sarcastic with the young man, but I'm very proud of him. He does his thing on and off the field as he's up here volunteering, being a runner. You know, so you interns out there that have to go get your boss's coffee, soda pop, or whatever the case may be, we appreciate you. I mean, I love those donuts in the morning. It's like the magic donut tray in the office. I don't know how Pandey does it, but he'll take a picture. We're going to take a moment for station identification and a word from our sponsors. This is NAU Football onClutch.
North American University is a small, private, non-profit university located in Houston, Texas. North American University promotes a healthy mix of campus activities and strong academics. North American University offers bachelor's and graduate degrees in computer science, education, and business administration, and has great scholarships ranging from $3,000 to $11,000 still available for the upcoming fall semester. Apply at www.na.edu or call the campus to set up a tour today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we are back at the Stafford MSN Arena, aka the stable, home of the North American University Stallions. Both football and basketball programs are doing all of their events here. And the Southwest Raiders are getting ready to kick off. It looks like number 77 will be kicking.
Beautiful day to get started here with some football as the Stallions look to start off with some good solid field position. As you said, hopefully Brandon Gonzalez gets some more time in today and see what he can do as balls being returned here by who I believe number 26. The Stallions will start off at about the 37-yard line. And I like what you said earlier, Wolfman, about the sneakiness of Gonzalez's feet. And I think that should play real well in a creative offense. You got to be creative. You got to be a little unorthodox here to move the ball down the field, as the Stallions have had some trouble doing that this year. So now's a great time to be trying out some new looks.
Sean Elfage was on that return, and Jaron Green brought him down. Number 4 with the quick. Number 9, I'm sorry, with the quick run. I think that's Tyrell Williams with the quick end over. And the Stallions starting off with the pistol. That is a... Yeah, they're starting off in the pistol formation with big number 8, DeCarlos Johnson, in the backfield as the up back.
And that's a guy that is going to play physical and definitely somebody you want to get in the defense's face early, and hopefully somebody that'll wear them down as this game goes along. Take this drive nice and slow. I mean, you're ahead of the chains. You got the first down within 2 plays. If you can just keep that same pace up, you don't have to run at up-tempo speed, but if you can manage to gather those 4 yards of play or run, you'll be in good shape.
DeCarlos with his second run out to the left. I'm telling you, he made 7 yards on his first rush, and he has broke through into the secondary. DeCarlos Johnson, the defensive captain, taking the ball all the way down to the 22-yard line, rumbling and bumbling, and then somewhere in there he turned on the track form. He gonna find the track speed pretty soon. They keep giving him the ball there, Brick. What you think?
Defensive captain, just maybe overall team captain. I mean, this guy is hard-nosed and tough, and after a long season, he's looking at any way he can find to get his team a win, and you can see it there, being met in the backfield and at the line of scrimmage, but just not giving up, breaking through, and he is going to be a problem today if they can keep the ball in his hands.
Once again, Jalen Joseph in the backfield, the pistol quarterback, he hands the ball off again to Tyrell Williams, and I'm telling you, we may have found us a couple of new running backs. The way Tyrell is taking the ball, coming off the edge, like the true receiver he is on the reverse, and just clowning this defense. Great job by the Stallions, taking the momentum downfield. As they say, matriculate that ball down the field.
And what I like seeing right now is the body language. I'm seeing urgency. I'm seeing some upbeat energy from this team. And if they can manage that as they make it down to the 6-yard line, I think that was
Zedric Earls, the man doing it again. The big heart individual from last week that would not stop running. They hit him, they popped him, they tackled him. He just got up and said, "Give me the ball."
And I know we were just talking about DeCarlos Johnson running hard. I mean, Williams, Earls just there, running the ball hard, running with some real aggression. Got to take advantage of this, capitalize, fumble, ball on the ground.
A little mishandle from the 2 running backs in the backfield out of the pistol grip. Now, that's something you kind of, hate to say, expect to see even out of your professional teams, out of the pistol. You got a guy that's not used to taking snaps sometimes, and you'll take a loss for downs. There's not a true fumble in the play since he gathered us up.
I mean, we've seen that before. We see that with wide receivers that are looking to run before they've fully secured the ball. And I think that's the same instance here where we saw Jalen Joseph trying to get that ball off, make that read before he really had it secured, and fortunately for the Stallions, they maintained possession starting here at the 10-yard line. Ball snapped, coming around again. Tyrell Williams upended just about at the 6 once again.
Going back to that bread and butter reverse, this time toss play right in front of the up back or pistol quarterback. That's a lot of words to try to say QB for a running back, but he is actually listed as a W back. So we expect Jalen Joseph to do a lot today, but good run by Tyrell. He is gaining a couple yards every time he touches the ball, making his coaches probably smile at the whole situation.
Looking at 3rd and goal, 6 yards out. Stallions are going to call a timeout, which means
we're going to take it with them.
Exactly that.
So, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned to these wonderful sponsors of ours right here. This is NAU Football on Clutch.
North American University is a small, private, non-profit university located in Houston, Texas. North American University promotes a healthy mix of campus activities and strong academics. North American University offers bachelor's and graduate degrees in computer science, education, and business administration, and has great scholarships ranging from $3,000 to $11,000 still available for the upcoming fall semester. Apply at www.na.edu or call the campus to set up a tour today.
The Stallions on the 6-yard line. They're taking the ball off to the right. Next run from what looks like, yes, that is a Stallion touchdown, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a new iPhone because he is making a house call. Great little tuck and go from Jalen Joseph, the outstanding Stallion running back.
Just absolutely beating the defenders to the edge there. Honestly, I wasn't even sure if he was full-on sprinting there. He might have been holding back just a little bit.
That's how you do. You run patiently and stay behind your blockers. There's no hero ball in this short game.
And speaking of no hero call, I was glad to see them keeping the ball on the ground. You've dominated up the field, keeping the ball on the ground at a single pass. No need to switch anything up when you got small spaces. The field goal is good. NAU up 7 early on in this one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, great PAT attempt by the one and the only Cristobal Salgado. We're going to take a moment for another quick station identification. Shout outs to the Southwest Raiders. We found you, and we're going to show you off. This is NAU Football on Clutch. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back as the Stallions are getting ready to make a kickoff after scoring a wonderful Stallion touchdown and tagged on the extra PAT. This is the DJ Wolfman, ow, baby, and Virginia Brick on your broadcast. As the kick is off for a little onside-er, number 13 grabs it, snags it, and grabs the ground like he is trained professionally. by a stuntman. But good job, way to not risk anything. What do you think about that, Brick? Way to get down low.
Well, I like it on both ends. I like number 13's readiness to secure that one, Jayreen Green, and get to the ground quick. But I also like the play call there by the Stallions coming out real aggressive. You've already got the lead. You made it look easy going down the field, but you're not letting up. And I'm ready to see what this defense does after seeing their offense dominate. Now it's their turn.
Raiders coming out in the shotgun formation, one back, hands it off to number 10. He gets wrapped up by number 95. Looks like, give us a second, people, we are on it. Maybe is that Justin Dillard, 96. I'm so sorry, the numbers are, oh no, that's Crawford, 55. The numbers are playing with our mind a little bit. Big, number 55, Crawford gets in there again, as he can do and probably will do today. Be careful, offensive line. He has a knack for getting in the backfield.
Absolutely, and these guys are pumped. These guys have been looking forward to this time all year. As snap is sent and a bit of miscommunication between Ismond Ware and his receiver.
I'm going to tell you, and you know for your own witness, you drop back to throw the ball, you find your receiver, you get right when you get ready to throw, and you see number 4.
I mean, how can you not?
Out there roaming it everywhere.
How can you not? You can find yourself making one read outside the hash, and by the time you get to the other hash, he's in both places somehow.
You hesitate and mess up the ball, sell that thing over everybody. Inside handoff to the running back, running upfield, cut in off the tackle, and he is swarmed by number 35. I believe that is Godwin.
And we've seen how aggressive he can be pursuing the ball. Would like to see a few more hats there surrounding the ball, but absolutely great job of keeping that one contained.
I don't think Sokovian gave him a chance to get to surround the ball. He snagged the dude and roped him, threw him down like a calf at the upcoming Houston Rodeo. Ladies and gentlemen, we will see you there at the Houston Rodeo. Come on and stop by the North American University table. We do have a new enrollment style, so you want to come check that out. Punt formation. The ball is straight up in the air. May even be a negative yardage punt. Yes, it makes it back to the line of scrimmage for a good and complete 1.5 yard punt. Great job by the Stallions of being patient and not making that become something comical. And great job by the Raiders. Finding a punter in Texas is like finding a punter in Texas. That's actually the punt itself. Sitting next to an ex-rugby player, he's probably confused on what just happened, but tell us about it, Rick.
Well, I certainly thought it was about to go backwards, and that would have been a first for me. You know, I've seen a lot of things across both games, both football and rugby. Hadn't seen a negative punt yet before, and for a second, I was thinking one of the coaches here on the Stallion sideline was actually hoping somebody would just go ahead and grab it, because you had a lot of green ahead of you if you did, while everybody else is moving downfield. So the Stallions have great field position starting on the other side of the 50 already.
Jalen fakes the handoff and takes it straight up the middle himself. That's that old QB option. Gets brought down by number 31 for a clean tackle. Actually, 31 may have just saved a touchdown, ladies and gentlemen.
And there's a lot of things that went right there. Your line with their responsibilities are clearly washing guys down. Obviously a great read for Jalen Joseph. Great fake by DeCarlos Johnson because he went about 8 yards before even getting touched.
DeCarlos on a off tackle to the left, completely slides onto the outside, runs off of his wide receivers who gave him a good block. I mean, this defense swarmed to the ball. DeCarlos found a way to still get 3 yards out of the deal as the defensive tackler is giving us some push-ups because he realized, I just stopped the big man. Y'all, I saw that. I just stopped the big man. Because that DeCarlos outweighs him by probably a good 100 pounds.
I mean, there's, to be fair, when you do get a man that size on the ground and prevent a touchdown, then, yeah, it could be something to celebrate. First down still for the Stallions as they keep it moving.
Another inside handoff fake. Quarterback slides out to the right, looking for daylight, finds a little space and tucks it in, dives down for a couple extra yards. Got a little yak on that as number 50 actually grabbed him somewhere here around the 40-yard line. He drug him up into the 32, and he got some help by number 7. Good job, offense and defense. Way to continue the yardage.
Certainly scary combination there between Joseph and Johnson, and now Johnson on the sideline getting a bit of a breather. Here comes number 32, Isaiah Richard, getting in the game for the first time, I believe, today. First carry. As the ball moves up to about the 26 for a 3rd and short. Looking like about a yard and a half or 2. No reason to get fancy, no reason to even put it in the air. Right up the middle again. I said keep moving with what's working.
Out of the shotgun, get the ball right to the inside handoff, right off the tackle again. 32 makes a good run, gives us the first down.
Chains keep moving, and the Stallions have done a great job so far of doing that, as we see Jalen Joseph come out of the game, being replaced by Brandon Gonzalez, who's coming in to relay the call to his team for the first time today.
And as you see now, the secondary is already starting to get their P's and Q's and the communication going. They see Brandon Gonzalez come in, but you also see big number 12 Jason Reeves come in. That's the you put the ball up there, I'm going to go get it guy. Gonzalez slides out, evades one tackler, makes a good clean pass into number 5 for in the flats, hit the yardage, get the yardage.
That's a great job to avoid that tackle. I got a little nervous for a second, thinking to myself, get rid of it. But he was able to keep his composure and make that solid delivery on the run of Jadarian White. Not a large gain, but positive yards nonetheless for what could have been a much more disastrous play. So now we're looking at 2nd and 9 for the Stallions here at the 21-yard line. Gonzalez still in the game, so if you're the Raiders, you got to be wary of the passing threat as plays blown dead, looking like a jump across the line by
DeCameron Goofball Moss. Yeah, I said it because that's my buddy. He comes by the office all the time and helps us out. DeCameron is a jolly guy. The only time you'll ever actually make him mad is if you lie to him about the food. Now, he's open-minded when it comes down to food, but if you tell the young man it's going to taste like this and it should be this, with his knowledge of culinary, I promise you, you would be bumfounded by the information that he knows, and I'm actually proud to call him an NAU student. Great job, DeCameron. You know, you'll get him next time.
So the Stallions will take 5 yards back. Williams across the formation. Gonzalez makes his first read, gets over to his second read, but unfortunately, Jason Reeves unable to reel that one in. Looked like a bit of a unnecessary jump. I think he was expecting the contact coming, and it certainly was ready. He was about to be an Oreo.
Yeah, he got sandwiched, real talk.
So now all of a sudden, things are looking a lot different with a 3rd and long, 3rd and about 14 here for the Stallions. And while it can be tempting to put the ball in the air as Jalen Joseph's back on the field, we'll see if they go for something a little more conservative to keep the field goal manageable. But no, it'll be a drop back. Gonzalez rolling out to his right, looking for somebody, lets it go deep and out of bounds somewhere near the 7-yard line, and that should bring on the kicking unit.
So as the voice of the JV broadcast, I'll tell you what, Brick, I do notice a couple of things about Gonzalez, and I hate to say this over the broadcast so any of our scouting, recruiting team, but anytime he comes out and rolls to his right and flips that ball, he has no idea where he's going with that ball.
He hasn't decided yet.
He has not decided. Anytime he rolls out and slides to his left, cuts his shoulders back, he's going to take off on it.
I mean, and when you do roll out, as Salgado sends it, and it's wide left.
Boy, the wind caught that one. This big Stafford, Texas wind just took that ball and carried it on over there to the 5th par on the 18th hole. Salgado put a lot of power behind it. It just didn't quite get us there.
But a flag went out. I believe the side judge here called offsides.
Oh boy. So do we get a restart, reset, and a replay?
So he'll get a second chance. Even though distance wasn't his issue, he'll have another chance to correct a bit. But as you mentioned, I mean, rolling out certainly can create that kind of a clock in a quarterback's head. You're running out of room as you approach the sideline. You know you're being pursued. You've got to make a decision, got to get it out quick. So it's understandable that he might feel a bit pressured even when he's getting away. And that one, no better for Salgado. So
sometimes as a kicker, you get it in your head, now the wind is blowing, so now I got to do things differently. Now I got to overcome. And then Salgado plays soccer. So the natural manipulation of him turning his foot over or bringing it forward to get us a nice little extra power where the laces are now contacting the ball. That ball's going to carry him right off those laces and go to the inside of your foot. So if you're a left-footed kicker and you do that, the ball's going to your right.
And it's easy as someone who isn't as familiar with each individual sport to think, oh, well, you kick the ball in soccer, so you can kick in football. It's not exactly a one-to-one translation.
Definitely not.
Now, of course, we know he is an experienced guy, and he has no problem kicking these field goals most of the time. But like you mentioned there, something as simple as laces can throw that entirely off.
And it just happens. You miss that first kick. It happens. Now you think I gotta adjust. The wind is kicking our butts. I gotta adjust. No, turn your hips over. Follow through.
Raiders starting inside their own 20-yard line, a deep one going, one-on-one battle down
great
the sideline.
High snap, first of all, which ironically gave the wide receiver in this case instead of quarterback. Number 2 actually doubles as a wide receiver, but boy, he's got a cannon on him and some accuracy. He dropped that ball right into what would be the bread basket. But number 34 came out of nowhere. Tell me about it, Brick.
Jonathan Washington there, step for step, incredible technique. Got his hand up when he noticed the receiver getting ready to receive the ball there and played just absolute clamped down defense.
That's what happens when you start getting good secondary guys like Jaheim Evans come out. They start working with the guys. It gets contagious. It gets competitive. Now I want to take your spot. Oh, wonderful handoff. Number 11 found some speed, but didn't find the angle to get away from outstretched. Who did we just mention? Jaheim Evans.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like you said, Christopher Vargas there, getting around the edge, just barely beating the defensive end who wasn't able to keep contained. But when you got a guy like Jaheim Evans flying around, contain usually isn't too much of an issue because he will cover your side.
Well, I tell you what, look out for the future. We got a big defensive hitter out here, the Grim Reaper. Can't wait till he's here at NAU next year. And big fella, I can't wait till you're here either, because let me get you on this field and we're going to have a party. I can't wait to see him make some plays. He's a playmaker on both offensive and defensive. All right, the big quarterback steps back and finds the same receiver, but he is corralled by the whole stable of Stallions. Jaheim Evans leading the tacklers. Jaheim Evans and what looks like 10 and 13. Keyshawn Lagum and Jalen Session came in and helped with the tackle party.
I think that was Jawan Giddens for the Raiders, and can't help but question a bit of the alignment there and the spacing for the Stallions. You got to be aware of down and distance there. He caught that ball already having a first down and still had 2 more yards before a defender met him. Seeing trips left again. Giddens by himself again. Forced out as the quarterback, getting thrown around and tries to get rid of it and almost throws an interception.
Sokovian Gordon just did what you can only do in the video games. He literally gave us a double jump, ladies and gentlemen. He was already jumping to his left, made 1 foot touch the ground and jumped to the right to get at the ball to try to knock it down. Great athleticism by these young Stallions.
Milton Green feeling the pressure of this defensive line here. And you've certainly got some guys that are not only strong enough to contain any runs coming in the middle, but athletic enough to move around and chase down a quarterback that has plenty of athleticism himself.
Hands off the ball inside number 21, and who else hits him right in the chest? Big number 96, Justin, too big for a camera, Dillard. And I say too big for a camera because he told me, "Nah, coach, I can't come help you out in UMCR this year. I got to play football. I'm playing football. I'll come help you out with camera stuff in the spring." Good hit by Justin.
Absolutely, limiting it to a 3rd and now about 5 yards. Jaheim Evans on the blitz and coming around the backside and able to stop that one in its tracks. I think they even lost a yard. And can you imagine on the back end of a play coming across the formation against a guy who had half that distance and already sprinting that way, knows the play, and you caught up to him? And he's no slouch either. Number 22, Tyrell Carmichael, isn't exactly a snail in the backfield. So an impressive play by Evans. I mean, you know, if you've seen it once, you've seen it 1,000 times from him. And just a veteran who continues to display excellence out on the field. And the Raiders going for it here inside their own 40 on 4th down and about 6 yards. Dropping back is Green, feeling the pressure quick. He's pointing the receiver going down far and rolling out, looking for number 1, Ty Hill, but I believe that might have been, I think that was TJ Boley. Seeing that and coming to help out his defensive back, who was behind just a step, breaking that one up. And an impressive play to get the Stallions offense back on the field. And so they'll start here at the Raiders 39 with another chance to make this a 2-possession ball game. And Brandon Gonzalez is out there, so defense be wary of the pass option. But I would look to see them start this drive off with at least 1 or 2 runs.
Oh, yeah, right up the middle as you called. But he gets thigh, hip, ankle tackled by number 16, who was not playing around. He grabbed the young Stallion and then hung on for his life. Luckily, he went dead leg on him and laid it on down.
And that one was Nathan Lewis, not having a whole lot of room to work with. Offensive line didn't get any forward progress. Didn't get off low enough to move that defensive line, who was able to just keep them in their tracks. Gonzalez, quick out left to Jalen Joseph, who slips up inside the 35. Looking at it now about a 3rd and 4. So that's certainly much more manageable. And as you were mentioning earlier for Brandon Gonzalez, these are the kind of plays you need from him. You need quick, decisive plays. Make it easier for him to get the ball out and allow your playmakers to make plays. As Nathan Lewis gets it again, this time it'll depend on the spot. Looking right about there at the 1st down marker, but we'll see what the refs ultimately decide. And it's looking like a 4th down and about the distance of the football. And with the way you've played on both ends right now, I think you absolutely go for this. But while they decide on that, both teams will head to their sidelines. And so we'll head to break here as the quarter ends 7-0. NAU up. We'll be right back. This is North American University Football on Clutch.
ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Carlos Johnson has stepped up to be the quarterback for what looks like a quarterback sneak.
And still moving. I mean, they looked stagnant for about 5 seconds there, but the pile was still moving. And honestly, I'm not sure whether it was led more by the push of the offensive line or just the determination of DeCarlos Johnson. And that's going to do it, giving the Stallions another first down. Now moving to the 25-yard line, creeping on the red zone. You got to capitalize here. You started off with good field position once again. Make this a 2-possession game and start giving your defense a little more margin for error as a hard count got the defense to jump. Gonzalez gets it off, and an incredible catch.
As excited as I want to get, we have laundry on the field, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. Nope, offsides on the defense, so that is a Stallion touchdown through the air, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get that excitement right back up. Sorry about that.
And that's a great job by Brandon Gonzalez, recognizing I've got a free play. Laundry on the field, just like you said. I'm going to toss it up to my 6'2", 190 receiver, give him a chance at a 50-50 ball. Jason Reeves, not afraid of the moment, goes up to get it, and although he's still 2 yards out, manages to fall in the end zone despite being held up a bit by Richard and Kachwa.
As you just heard, the Stallion Cavalry just shot the cannons off for that big touchdown as Salgado goes in for the PAT, and it is successful straight down the middle.
So far already seeing great things out of both sides of this team. And this is what we were talking about at the very beginning of the game. You got to see things today that you want to build on. And they're seeing plenty of it right now in the early stages of this one.
As we take a little moment to give a shout out to all of our parents, wonderful viewers at home. I know we have a few moms out there, Mama Harvey, Mama Lewis. Thank y'all for always tuning in. Mr. Daniels, thank you for always showing up to the basketball games with your camera. We see you out there today, sir. Normally, we would like to take time to cut away for a little break, a little station identification, give our sponsors a little shine. But the referees are not playing around with the time. So we are going to continue on with this moment as they just asked for the clock to get run off 2 seconds, which, you know, maybe someone checked the rule books. I have no clue or actually an opinion on why, but it is what a TI is.
Off to a great start here, the Stallions, as Salgado sends this one back deep. And coming to return, it's number 0. Moving up the field, finding the sideline, and then some. And quite a return there by Tredarius Taylor, getting up past the 50, past the 40, and now inside Stallion territory.
I tell you what, Brick, a lot of return men have realized there's one person that you are not going to get past, and that is the Stallions kicker. Between 33, Salgado, and number 43, Whitlock, you are not going to get past them. And when they get you, you got. That was stopped abruptly by Salgado. Mister, I'll take your legs away from you so you can't run no more. I appreciate seeing the tackles by special teams. I know you do, an ex-rugby player. You got to love it. You got to love the contact by the special skilled players.
Yeah, everyone's got to be ready to make a play at any given time. And Salgado there making a... Usually you don't want your kickers involved in those kinds of plays. Hopefully it doesn't come down to your kicker. That time it did, and he made the effort and the tackle, a touchdown saving one. And now, unfortunately, we see a flag moving the ball upfield to about the 21-yard line. So just an absolutely fantastic start to this drive for the Raiders, not having far to go at all. So we'll see what this defense can muster up in terms of effort and determination to keep them out of the end zone.
We got an unsportsmanlike conduct on the Stallions, which Yeah, maybe some taunting went in with that. I can understand. You get a little excited when you kick her.
And those are tough. Those are tough ones. Those are frustrating calls because they're completely unnecessary, entirely unavoidable. And now they have a chance to make this a 7-point game once again. And now I think we just saw what is a false start. And that should mean the Raiders taking 5 yards back to start this drive with a 1st and 15.
We talk about it, you and I always talk about it, especially in soccer games as well, the NAIA level and the penalties that come with it. Sometimes that is the only difference. The level of play, the competition sometimes is almost equivalent to some of the other divisions, but the penalties, the memory losses, the lack of brain power, if you will, just kind of goes down.
And you know, they say so much of any game is mental, but of course your discipline has to be top tier, as this one is let go for a long one, but Tredarius Taylor unable to catch that one, overthrown just a bit by his QB, and the Stallions may be looking out just a little bit there, and so that'll bring up 2nd and 15.
That young man threw that ball all the way to Missouri City. I think he was trying to hit the soccer field where our Stallions practice at, right there at Sienna Trails. Big shout out to the Lady Stallion soccer team for making it to the playoffs. The USCAA soccer.
Read option there, and ball goes to number 13, Jayreen Green, getting that one on the handoff, but unable to go anywhere. And now they'll be looking at a 3rd and about 14. And while we have an injured Stallion there, down on the ground, looks like Almari Calhoun. And so we'll take a break, and we'll be right back after these messages. This is onClutch, North American University Football.
North American University is a small, private, nonprofit university located in Houston, Texas. North American University promotes a healthy mix of campus activities and strong academics. North American University offers bachelor's and graduate degrees in computer science, education, and business administration, and has great scholarships ranging from $3,000 to $11,000 still available for the upcoming fall semester. Apply at www.na.edu or call the campus to set up a tour today.
I'll say it one more time. Zuzu, get my nachos ready. I'm coming to the concession stands with high intentions, just like that high snap over the quarterback's head as he gets back to recover the ball. Great job by the QB.
And that's just, while you said a great job to recover that ball so that you still have an opportunity to punt it away, and hopefully, if you're the Raiders, pin North American. That's just a disastrous play, and now takes points off the board entirely, where you may have had a chance at a field goal, or even if you wanted to go for it per chance. But now you're sitting here looking to send the ball back to Keyshawn Langham, and that can be a dangerous effort indeed, with a lot of field, a lot of speed for this young guy, and agility. So be careful. Do not let him get around the edge.
Big loss of 25 yards, man. That center may need to audition for special teams and be the long snapper. I think he can slide over now and be the left tackle and go back to business.
And they're going to go for it anyway here.
Not bad field position to give up. I understand that.
And just
wide receivers that they have, but man, that ball was corralled, clashed, and beautifully caught.
now, Is that Jalen Joseph? No, that is number 21.
Kevin Williams.
Now, I don't mean to be that guy, Wolfman, but I got to tell it like it is. And I understand the impulse of being a young DB and not necessarily a stats thing, but wanting to get an interception in a game. But when you have the chance to get the ball at about the 47 on the Raiders' end of the field, maybe catching one inside your own 20 to return, I mean, you got to be excited for him on the sideline, but that might be one coach tells him later to bat down. But nonetheless, Raiders will be now defending with the Stallions starting inside their own 40, and there's the false start. Just got ahead. I saw it there. Left tackle there, looked like, as the motion came, he jumped just a little early.
Big 50 or 68? Because we're here to tell on you. I'm sorry, Josiah Walker. DeCarvante Price. Get it together, fellas.
And you've already gotten out of a jam a little bit there with your defense starting with their backs against the wall. So you've got to make some plays here as you've retained momentum, bringing it back up to the original line of scrimmage was Tyrell Williams. And so the Stallions will be looking at actually 2nd and 9 now. Continuing to move the ball forward. Haven't had too much trouble doing that today, as the ball snapped and given off to Jalen Joseph, who stopped for forward progress, and there wasn't a whole lot of forward progress at all there. And so now the Stallions will be looking at 3rd and long here on what could be a quick series before they give the ball back. 11 minutes and 30 seconds left in this half. Stallions up 14-0.
Take this huddle break time to give a big shout out to our armed forces. Today is Military Day here at the stable, and we do have our Army recruiters out here throwing out wonderful t-shirts. Now I want to give a big separate fire to my brother who is in the Marine Corps. Get your butt to the stadium, sir. You are late. You said you was going to be here.
And while we see more laundry go out on the field, looking to be another false start call. And you've got to be careful if you're the Stallions, because this is where things can start to change in the game. You started out hot, you were rolling, and now you're allowing some mental lapses and some penalties to then slow down your momentum. And remember, while you're only 7-8 points away from having a season high in points, this is still just a 2-possession game. Do not let the Raiders back in this game, as Brandon Gonzalez coming out to call the play.
Shots fired, ladies and gentlemen. I think the ROTC for Stafford is getting a little excited. They were preparing for a few extra touchdowns today, as the Stallions can put the points on the board in this stadium. Nice inside pass, almost like a bubble screen or just a quick slant, if you will, from the far outside receiver. X-Man came on in and grabbed that ball. Good job, Jason Reeves, trying to make something out of nothing.
And that's a good play call. Now we just need the execution. Unable to get behind his linemen, or rather unable to have his linemen find those or create that wall to then allow him to make plays off of them. So now instead we'll see Salgado lining up back to send this one across midfield and give the ball back to the Raiders, as we are under 9 minutes to go left in this half. And going for it are the Stallions in a fake punt run. And with 10 yards to go there, maybe a bit surprised they didn't instead try to pass on that go for it attempt. And so instead of across the field. The Raiders will start here already in Stallion territory at about the 38-yard line. And we'll see if this North American defense can step up once again and get a stop. So far, having done a wonderful job limiting any kind of movement by the Raiders.
Yeah, I can hear the coaches throwing a few fits and temper tantrums, and as a Stallion personnel, I'll just get right alongside with them. We got to show the other team a lot more respect than that. That was, I'm not going to call it a dumb call or a risky call. I'll just call that a call that, we couldn't call when you call it a call. You know what I mean? Calling all calls. Calling the quarterback, number 2's dropped back into the shotgun formation, throws the ball, zipped it over, and he's got a receiver who just didn't have enough football to grab the ball out of the air in him. If you know what I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I think y'all do. Gumption is what my grandfather used to say. Boy, you got a lot of gumption. My dad would have said, son, if you don't stick your hand up and catch the ball. Because he literally had to duck for the ball to go out of bounds. Anyway, incomplete pass to number 9. Great job by the quarterback and great coverage by Mr. Williams getting out there. I'm sorry, by Keyshawn Langham to stand right on top of him. That ball was put only to where the receiver could grab it. That's the perfect pass.
And you made a good point there. Melton Green made sure that only his receiver could get it or no one else, as this one's handed off inside to number 20, Jamie Brooks, and he was met with force. I'm not sure.
That is big Andrew Law, is the heavyweight Stallion who also doubles as on the Stallion boxing team. And when he hits you, he hits you. And if he puts some paws on you, you've been hit.
Laying down the law is what happened. And now Raiders looking at 3rd and long here. 3rd and about 9 yards. Haven't been able to go anywhere just yet on this drive. And while I would say you need to get one more stop if you're the Stallions, this team has proven that they are not against going for it. I mean, on 4th and 30, 4th and 40.
Well, their kickers haven't shown their coaches that they deserve to be in the game. I can understand that. That last interception they threw was better than what they would have got from a punt, obviously.
Right. Green scrambling for his life, getting it out, and overthrowing his receiver deep, being pursued there by Chris Williams.
So Mr. Green looking like his namesake. He is the slash here on the stat book. On this roster, he's got wide receiver, running back, wedge back, and cornerback. And quarterback is not even on this roster for his position, and he is doing it looking like the Mr. Young / Cordell Stewart from back in my day, if you will.
Mr. Everything right now, came up limping after that play. And so it looks like number 3, Isman Ware, will come in his stead.
Well, I want to give credit to what I call the GoBot, a.k.a. the big robot, number 40, Amari Calhoun, for getting in there on his butt. Ladies and gentlemen, this is College Kickoff football on Clutch.
North American University is a small, private, nonprofit university located in Houston, Texas. North American University promotes a healthy mix of campus activities and strong academics. North American University offers bachelor's and graduate degrees in computer science, education, and business administration, and has great scholarships ranging from $3,000 to $11,000 still available for the upcoming fall semester. Apply at www.na.edu or call the campus to set up a tour today.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back as Coach Garcia and Coach Richardson gets out there amongst the defensive huddle to probably get some personnel decisions made. We got a few guys playing on both sides of the ball. as does the Raiders. Raiders coming out in the shotgun formation, quad set of wide receivers. One guy is tucked in the slot as he ducks out for a short slant, and the quarterback saw him but didn't see Big Crawford coming right into his face for the pull-down tackle.
And that's a tough guy to miss. Richard Crawford, 275. Doesn't exactly escape your field of vision.
Well, he plays low. He plays low. That's what they say about him.
And they say low man wins. And definitely putting the QB in the ground, he won that play. And so it'll turn over. And we'll see Brandon Gonzalez and the North American offense come back onto the field, looking to increase this lead. They've struggled a little bit in the last two series. But I think you've got to get back to what you were doing earlier in the game, and I think the coaches realize that as well with the Carlos Johnson coming back in. Pass comes out quick, gets it to Tyrell Williams. There's a first down and then some as he continues to fight through two Raiders defenders. And there's a first down for the Stallions. Crossing midfield, looking off to a good start here. And now you carry that momentum and make this a 3-possession game. Maybe I'm speaking a bit early, but keep things simple. Make it quick decisions for Brandon Gonzalez. Rely on your running game.
Steps up into the pocket, and I told you what he does. If he moves over to the left and squares his shoulders, he's going to take off on you, which he just did. He matriculated the ball all the way up to the 36-yard line, brought down by 50 and 31.
And for a guy his size, he's not at all nervous or showing any signs of fear, stepping up into that pocket and running right through a few defenders to make it a short second down. As now you give it to that man, to Carlos Johnson, and even coming out of a spin move and being hit in the gut, still somehow falling forward?
Hey, man, you got to get out of the way. That is DCJ8. You know what I mean? Like, he's got initials. That's that's a piece of machinery right there.
And I mean, sometimes you just got to look over and say, Coach, I made a business decision. I wouldn't recommend saying that. But it might be understood as Tyrell Williams hit early on the screen, but that didn't matter as he shrugs that one off, still moving, manages to make something out of nothing. And now we have a Raiders cornerback down on the field. Helmet came off. And hopefully he's all right as training staff attends to him. And while they do, we'll go ahead and take a break here on College Football Kickoff, only on Clutch.
Pancakes, you got Golden Corral, you got Ryan's, you got any other kind of steakhouse, taco place. The calf on campus. I don't know what the Stallions had for a pregame meal, but they came to this thing hungry. As Brandon Gonzalez drops back again and sends a dart over to number 15 for a Stallion touchdown.
And I mean, I'm almost speechless, and that's tough to say for somebody like me who loves hearing his own voice. That was incredible. Once again, Brandon Gonzalez taking a hit and managing to deliver an absolute strike, perfectly placed for his receiver, who definitely deserves plenty of credit in his own right, because he was covered. Defender did just about everything he could do.
Jaden Adams with the hands, but man, I don't think his hands even touched the ball until he was finished running. That man got hit in the face mask over the shoulder. That was a beautiful pass.
I mean, just incredible. As Stallions have put up 21 points in this first half with 3 minutes left to go. Off to an incredible start today, and just looking in about as close to prime form as you could imagine. And now we'll take a break here at College Football Kickoff here on Clutch.
So seeing the replay, we just watched Mr. Gonzalez stand up into the pocket and take a big hit. I don't know what these kids had for pregame, but they came out hungry. Coach, you may not need to feed them again next week. This seems like maybe working here.
Honestly, be careful if you get some memos about guys needing to go in and deliver a sample just in case, because right now these are studs on the field. And I mean, if you are on this sideline, you got to take your hat off to Brandon Gonzalez. And players and fans alike love to see a guy with toughness that'll step up into the pocket no matter what. And not only that, deliver just an amazing pass to his receiver. Once again, Jaden Adams on the receiving end doing his part for his quarterback in that reception.
Big shout out to number 13, Jalen Sessom, who just stepped up for that tackle. One of our JV players who's stepping up and getting a lot more time on varsity. He's actually got a chance to ride the pine for varsity. He's been that water boy, if you will, the guard and tackle, guard the bench tackle. If you get tackled, you go touch that water and you didn't go in the game type kid. But he's always around, willing to do a lot of things. He's got a couple interceptions on the JV side. Good tackle with him, step up on special teams. Quarterback steps out to his right, makes a throw far to his left, showing off that big arm is number 2 for the Southwest Raiders.
And nice catch there by Christian Clay, and that's not one of those catch it with your pads, catch it with your body that we see so often, not only at the college level, but also in the pros. He went up and grabbed that one with his hands while his quarterback throwing across the body like you mentioned. And a first down approaching the 50-yard line. Are the Raiders looking to answer that drive that they were just on the receiving end of?
Bad spot, I hate to say it, even though I'm going for the Stallions, but he came out at the 50-yard line. They spotted the ball at the 45. Quick run, inside handoff by number 22 also. He gets tackled by his head, brought down by number 99 and 55.
Yeah, I was looking to see if we might catch a flag on that tackle of Tyrell Carmichael, but no, it'll just be a loss. Looking at about 2nd and 12 for the Raiders as they step up to the line, and I imagine they're going to look to Melton Green III once again to deliver a first down. They have not been shy about airing the ball out, and he'll step back again. Quick three-step, already met by defenders, manages to shake out of that one, rolling to his right, telling the guys to go long. He'll let it go. That one's deep, and walking into the end zone is Jawan Giddens Jr., able to get behind both DBs in the back. And
so Milton was hit so hard and so late by Big Crawford. I think Crawford said, you extended this play to give your receivers time to get down the field. You're going to eat this. You're going to score, but you're going to eat this.
You're going to make me chase you all the way out here. You're going to make me run all the way out here to come get you. Well, you'll pay a price for it. But the price against the Stallions is heavier, as just an absolute bomb of a play.
So 3:51 left in the half. And, you know, the Raiders have no faith, as I do not either, in their kicking team. I would go for 2. What else do you have to lose? You're going to come out in the second half and play a little bit harder a game now that you see what the Stallions are up to. You're going to have to make some adjustments, as do the Stallions. But coming out in the shotgun is Milton again. Has his running back to his right. 3 receivers to his right. That slant probably to the left is what he's been aiming for. Big number 9 with the sure hands. Oh, he turns right immediately for a flat pass, which was incomplete and actually thrown slightly behind him, but that play is dead.
So the score remained 21-6 in favor of North American as we get ready for the next kickoff. But in the meantime, we'll take a break and see you after these messages for College Football Kickoff.
So this ball is kicked off. There was a penalty attached to it. So they kicked off from the 50-yard line. Coming up with the ball and downing it is Andrew Laws. Big shout out to Brady Boucher. And yeah, man, I'm a little rusty on the broadcast. I will do better. And yeah, you're right. Bro said he can't wait till he's here at North America next year. So I hope you are continuing to watch us next year as I continue to get better, and as you continue to hit that like and subscribe button right here only on Clutch. And yeah, I think I did say describe, but you said I got to get better. Hey, he's not done with me yet. Back to the action, ladies and gentlemen.
Stallions lining up here, twins right. Jalen Joseph back out there, I believe, and fakes the motion over to Tyrell Williams, able to get up about 4 yards, and that's on pace to stay ahead of the chains. And this is what we were looking to see if they would get back into, was that run game that was working so smoothly for them earlier. But I've got to say, Brandon Gonzalez has opened this game up to making it hard. I mean, you can't be a one-dimensional defense against this offense right now that is effectively attacking you on both ends. And a bit of a cluster there, a little miscommunication between Williams and Joseph there. And it looks like Stallions might take a loss here.
I would say it looked like a miscommunication, and it was a bad time because 58 he was very quick off the ball, kind of got past our offensive guard and kind of disrupted the play a little bit, if you will. He didn't get in on the tackle, but he left room for 52 to slide right in behind him.
And I mean, in effect, that is kind of making the play too. I mean, so many guys don't understand you're not going to make every play, but what you can do is you can put yourself in a position that allows your teammates to make a play. As Joseph takes the quick snap, gets around the edge, Williams getting a block across the back, another block up ahead by Nathan Lewis, allowing Joseph to get across midfield, and that's a big play and a big gainer of about at least 20 yards.
Nathan Lewis showing us he can not just be a halfback, he can get in there and play in the fullback spot. And with that speed, getting out and upfield, great job. We're going to take a timeout with the Stallions right here. This is College Football Kickoff only.
North American University is a small, private, nonprofit university located in Houston, Texas. North American University promotes a healthy mix of campus activities and strong academics. North American University offers bachelor's and graduate degrees in computer science, education, and business administration, and has great scholarships ranging from $3,000 to $11,000 still available for the upcoming fall semester. Apply at www.na.edu or call the campus to set up a tour today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is first down on the 46-yard line. The Stallions are in the Raiders' territory. Gonzalez slips away and slides out again. Makes about 4-yard gain on the quarterback keeper. And a quick run. Gonzalez, I'm not sure if that was the design play. He looked up and had the linebacker in his face, so he decided to move on out.
And honestly, I'm a bit conflicted at this point. I mean, your offense looked good when Jalen Joseph was in there as a quarterback, running back hybrid, as this play's blown dead due to a false start. And so they'll start that one again, and it'll be about 2nd and 9, almost back to the original line of scrimmage. But as I was saying, had to really like that offense early on with Jalen Joseph playing a quarterback. But Brandon Gonzalez has opened this game up. He has opened this offense up, and because he is not heavy-footed, as another flag comes out, and that one can only, I would assume, be attributed to unsportsmanlike conduct of some sort, and seeing players have to pull some back on the Raiders' end of things between the Stallions and the Raiders, and the refs and coaches even getting involved here, bringing their guys over.
Yeah, it looks like some taunting, some making fun of, and some definite leadership on the field to stop the foolishness. Big shouts out to both upper class sections for both teams. You know, that kind of stuff can get carried away really quickly. I'm glad somebody stepped in and took responsibility for their own section. Like, that was awesome. I ain't gonna lie to you, because it's a hitting game. It's a physical game. Emotions get tied with it. Everybody ain't going to be friends the whole time. This kind of thing can happen, and it's common in football, especially in football. We see it a lot more in soccer these days because there's less referees to get involved. But great job. We're going to take a quick break, I believe, and we'll figure out what the call was. It looks like an offsetting play. We'll tell you about it when we come back. So definitely unsportsmanlike penalties on both teams, but it looked like 3 penalties hit, which gave the Stallions a little bit of the, if you will, advantage. So we're moving the ball up a little bit, and that's automatic first down.
And you got to be careful there on both sides of the ball. You can't really afford a penalty like that. If you're the Stallions, that could end up being a drive killer if you get pushed back far enough, and the next thing you know, the Raiders chain together a couple stops. And if you're the Raiders, you're already down 2 possessions in this game in your own territory, trying to stop this march by the Stallions while the ball goes once again to number 29, Cedric Earls, who's fighting hard to make that now first down, excuse me. And the Stallions move again. This time just on the outside of the red zone.
I think that might have been the hardest 10-yard run of Cedric's life, especially as a Stallion. Great job. Low snap. Brandon's got to be careful not putting his knee down.
Oh!
And laundry everywhere.
Interesting brag there by number 12 of the Raiders, like he didn't just get an unnecessary roughness call. And a bit strange to see that his emotions are taking over and celebrating this call as if it was something done well. Imagining the coaches are going to be talking to McCarron Owens as he goes back to the sideline, still chirping, and was a little nervous for Sean Henson of the Stallions, protecting his quarterback just as he absolutely should. But worried he was going to get something too there at the end for the retaliation. But great run there by Brandon Gonzalez. It's probably going to be added to here. I'm not sure what the referees are trying to talk about. Maybe it might be, since Henson came in at the end, if there's going to be offsetting penalties. But that ball will move forward. And that's, as you mentioned, that's been about 3 low snaps in a row. Going to be looking to see that one get back up from Gabriel Turner. Back a little more accessible so that the timing doesn't get thrown off.
Unnecessary roughness call, which would be automatic half distance to the goal. Big shout out to our military personnel and our UFC champion belt carrier today. Thank you guys for being here, especially setting up the recruiting office at North American University. We're going to take this time. This is College Football Kickoff, only on Clutch. Well, Macarian Owens, yeah, Phil, you hit pretty well for a fellow your size. You just got to remember how to do it in the boundary of play. As Lewis slides out for another quick touchdown, but we've got laundry on the field. So before we register that play, and big shout out to young Lewis's mom, Miss Ryan Lewis. She's always in the comments, showing up to games, supporting the Stallions, giving us big support. where sometimes our faculty and staff can't make it to certain games, we always have our parents here. And our basketball coaches, they never miss a football game. Big shout out to Coach Davis, Coach Doze, Coach White, and Coach Luan Mercy.
Gotta love inter-school support, inter-program support. Really important.
So it looks like that play gets brought back. A little holding call. So the Stallions take it back to the 15-yard line.
Gonzalez keeps this one. Moving up the field. Got about 5 or 6 yards before being touched. Looking to be a timeout call by the Raiders, and so you know what that means. We'll take one too here at College Football Kickoff, only on Clutch.
Now, this is North American football.
This is good to see.
I mean the penalties.
Oh. Yeah.
I knew everything was going too good to be true.
And that's what I'm worried about. Like, you've got a lead, but it's only a 2-possession lead, and it's still a whole half to go. Not that they're showing anything impressive,
No,
but it doesn't take much.
they got 3 people you worried about now. 0,
Quarterback, 2, and 9.
and 9, and then 3. Thinking about it, their actual starting quarterback, because he can take off of them. And speaking of checking in, big Jason Reeves just comes into the game and he whispers to his little mentee, he's like, listen, if you don't look for me out here on the right hand side, you know I got a Mighty Mouse kid who's playing both ways that's trying to hold me. The boy is tired, he can't do it all. Help me out now, throw that ball up.
He's got the outside leverage here. 28 seconds to go in the half. Gonzalez rolling left. Ooh, shakes the end and right through the hands.
Old Galloway, known for dropping the ball in important situations, known for catching the ball in incredible situations. If you give the ball to Galloway and it's an average, normal, regular pass at his head or above, don't be surprised if he drops it. But if you give him the ball and it's 34 feet out in front of him and he only has one free hand, he gonna come down with it.
Well, you know,
he's a highlight player, so typical and normal is not in his vocabulary. Good try, Galloway. Get it together, young man. That's why you're getting the time now to get this going.
I like seeing him still on the field. You know, coach isn't taking him out for a mistake like that. Hey, go fix it. You got another chance here. 3rd down. Ball snapped. Gonzalez rolling right. Gets it out to Dominic Berry, and they're looking to call him short. The ball came out there at the end, but I'm not sure if that was a fumble by the ground, in which case he would just be down, or if he legitimately fumbled.
That's already a joke when you said Dominic Berry came up short. The man is a 5'6" wide receiver with a lot of speed on him. Normally a sure-handed receiver for the JV team, but the big stage could have presented a bigger scenario. Ball's on the 1. He did get down to the ground. Did we see who was on the tackle? Because that man just stopped the touchdown. It looks like 13 or 3. I can't quite make out the numbers. Yeah, big 13.
And that'd be Jayreen Green. Called his name a few times today. And now back out there to go for it on 4th and goal. Only needing about a yard and a half here, the Stallions. And this has got to be one of the most telegraphed plays. I mean, if everybody on the Raiders side doesn't know that this ball is going to DeCarlos Johnson, then I don't know what to tell you. And he's lining up right under the center, so that should tell you everything. Engage 8. Send them all if you're the Raiders, because you're going to need all 11 to stop that man there.
4th and inches. The Stallions sitting here with a few seconds left 50 seconds left in the first half, and like a prom night, they're just trying to get the tip in, ladies and gentlemen. We just need to cross that plane for a Stallion touchdown. Lewis comes in with a big push from the that is the play of the game for me. Getting your tailback to come in and push that momentum pile right across the line.
And it was the timing of it. It wasn't that he went as soon as the ball was snapped when everybody's at a stalemate. No. He waited while everyone's pushing their feet, stopped and locked in, and then gets in there and gets that last nudge to get the tip in.
Yes, sir. So touchdown, 6 points, and the coaches, Stallion coaches have make some notes, so they're already ready to get into that locker room. We're going to take a break right here for this injury timeout. This is NAU football, college football kickoff, only on Clutch.
He got there. He got there. He got there.
Woo, some hits happening in this game. Y'all.
Back here as Cristobal Salgado puts it away to officially make this one a 28-6 ball game in favor of the North American Stallions. Just 5 seconds left to go in this one, and just in the first half. Oh, excuse me, no. We're going to halftime. Those 5 seconds are expired, and already so far, just in 30 minutes of play, the Stallions have put up a season-high 28 points, looking to continue that dominance in the second half. And in the second half, we will be back to continue the rest of the coverage here, but please stay tuned for our military presentation today. Once again, thank you to all of the veterans out there serving current and past for this Veterans Day weekend game.
Virginia Brick got some shout outs to your family. You want to get those out now?
Well, you know, I appreciate that because actually, you know, my parents might have something to say if they found out on a presentation like today that I didn't give them a shout out. Shout out to John and Myra Walker, veterans over 20 years in both the United States Military Air Force branch. Thank you so much, Mom and Pop. Wouldn't be here without you guys. And now we will take a break here on College Football Kickoff, only on Clutch. Yeah, dang, how they got a whole team with no trainers? I mean, never mind the slow part. What you do when kids getting hurt at practice and stuff?
Take us off that.
Put some dirt on it.
What's the spin on you, okay?
Walk it off.
I'm trying to see. They're not good. It's almost like people saying, see, if I can get something from Brazil. I came to this thing, home free. She said she sent me an email. And I'm supposed to tell them what they're supposed to be doing. I don't know nothing about that shit. Twenty-one to 6. I figured it out.
Yeah, I see. I was saying something. I got it.
They don't look like a pretty bad squad, though. I mean, they got some action to them.
What's going on? Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Yes, sir. They just don't have the resources to play with stuff like that.
want to see if I can show that. I would think so.
North American University is a small, private, nonprofit university located in Houston, Texas. North American University promotes a healthy mix of campus activities and strong academics. North American University offers bachelor's and graduate degrees in computer science, education, and business administration, and has great scholarships ranging from $3,000 to $11,000 still available for the upcoming fall semester. Apply at www.na.edu or call the campus to set up a tour today. North American University is a small, private, nonprofit university located in Houston, Texas. North American University promotes a healthy mix of campus activities and strong academics. North American University offers bachelor's and graduate degrees in computer science, education, and business administration, and has great scholarships ranging from $3,000 to $11,000 still available for the upcoming fall semester. Apply at www.na.edu or call the campus to set up a tour today.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are back to this Stallion football challenge where the Stallions are here playing the Southwest Raiders for this interconference matchup. Cristobal Saldano is ready to kick the ball from the 35, and we will be under play. Rick, take it away.
Salgado sending it deep into the hands and the muffed for a moment, but scooped right back up and subsequently tackled just past the 25, where the Raiders will start their drive, first drive of the second half. That was number 2, Reese Porter on the return. Raiders looking to make a statement in this first drive, certainly needing something to keep this game competitive. And while it is a 3-possession game, that's not entirely an insurmountable task, as we've already seen Melton Green with a long bomb. We've seen his arm in a couple different scenarios make plays. Both he and Porter, 2 number 2s out there. And he'll start in the shotgun position. 1 back, twins right and left. And understanding the urgency of the situation, it's likely to be a pass, but no, it'll be a run. Handed off to number 10, Richard Mkachwa.
Brought down by the captain himself.
Kept that to a short gain, the Stallions. Oh, Richard Mkachwa. First carry of the half of 2 yards. He's back in the backfield. Same formation again. Green with the handoff. Tossed right to Mkachwa and quickly wrangled and thrown down violently by Richard Crawford, who, despite his size, do not be fooled. Agile, limber, quick on attack. And that'll be a loss of yardage there, bringing the Raiders back to their original 3rd down position.
Lost of 6 yards on that play, and that heck of a defensive penetration by Crawford. He's got a large offensive guard in front of him, but he is dismissing that young man with ease. Shotgun formation, another high snap. Milton looks to his left and launches the ball out and right off the fingertips of number 11, who had 2 defenders all over his back.
Valiant effort there by Christopher Vargas. And not at all a bad throw. Pretty good placement there from Green. Certainly had a chance at it despite the double coverage. And now we're seeing another Stallion down on the ground. That one looking like Kevin Williams. As the trainers and coach will head out there to meet him. And in the meantime, we'll take a break here at College Football Kickoff. Only on Clutch.
So we are back to the action. Another quick punt, low punt, and the punter takes off in the front. Number 16 decides, hey, I got some open space. This might have been the design play. Yep, it looked like it. As he makes his way down the field for a nice rush, probably one of the best runs the Raiders have put together all game long off of a fake punt. Brought down by number 26. Good job to catch up to the runner. He makes it all the way out to the 39-yard line.
And a lifeline extended there to the Raiders for this drive. Still down 22, approaching the midfield mark. Looking for some signs of life, and that could be the start of some. As they'll start their new down and distance at the 39-yard line.
Take this time to give a quick shout out to my home broadcast network, Antler Sports Network, aka ASN. Big shout out to Jarrett Moose Jones, the CFO and lead broadcaster for the company, and another shout out for the baby boy broadcaster, Mr. Tommy Jennings, as we get another inside handoff to number 1, brought down by number 17. Haven't called his name much today, but he is another leading tackler for the team.
Yeah, that's Chris Williams there. Jaheim Evans was first on the contact, but it was Chris Williams that ultimately ended up bringing him down, keeping him on no gain. And so the Raiders will try it again. 2 backs in the backfield. And Green relocating one of them in a split back formation. Gets the ball out quick. It was on the ground, and so it's called incomplete. Despite Ty Hill's efforts to turn it upfield there, line judge on the sideline saying no, bring it on back.
Yeah, he got hurried by a couple of Stallions, Jaheim Evans and Andrew Laws, in his face. He was going to make a quick move, and the next thing he saw was Big Cartavius Waters, so he's like, let me get rid of this ball, throwing off of his back tippy toe, and threw it down to the receiver's front tippy toe.
You do not want to be in possession of the ball when those gentlemen have their eyes set on you. Honestly, even without the ball, you still might be in a little bit of danger. Keep moving. Do not think just because you let that one go that you are safe.
And as much as we call the 3 of those young men's names, it's very rare to see them all crashing in on you on one play, so that had to have been tough. Step back for another high snap. He gets hit and then dipped, and then he drops the ball. Looks like 35, Sacavian Goodwin, on the initial tackle, which may have caused the fumble.
Funny to see there. It looked, as the ball came out, 2 different Stallions players going after that recovery, and one looked to tackle the other. I don't know if he might have thought it was a Raider, since we are looking at gray and white uniforms, close enough to be confused. And the recovery has been credited.
No
fumble at all.
They called him down, yes.
Called him.
So at the 31-yard line, they gave him his forward momentum, and that was it. Maybe a little bit of a mercy rule right there by the referees, and I'm not mad at them. I understand it's 4th and 18, and their punter is a runner. So we shall see how prepared the Stallions are for this adjustment they must make. You got to keep a spy now back on the punter. And if you remember, his first punt went for a whole yard in progression. He's back to about, the returner's back to the 43-yard line. Low snap again. Comes off the inside of the punter's foot. He actually gets some time. A nice little membership bounce. It rolls all the way to the 23. A little bumbling and jostling from the return recovery crew, but the ball is down at the 23-yard line.
And to be honest, I think Jonathan Washington might have gotten away with one there. I was worried they were going to call a block in the back there on him as he moved that defender into the way of Keyshawn Langham, who thankfully was able to avoid the ball and in giving the Raiders a chance to recover it for their own possession. So instead, the Stallions will start their drive off here at the 23-yard line.
With 10 minutes and 2 seconds left to go in the third quarter, let's see what young Mr. Brandon Gonzalez has cooked up for us.
And if it's anything like what we saw in that first half, oh, well, this Stallions offense is going to continue to eat. Like you said, whatever it was that was in that pregame meal is certainly showing out right now. Unafraid trips right, and I don't know who jumped first there, whether it was Price, the left tackle, or
yeah, that's who's getting the blame for it. So
Jules Givens-Evans was right off the edge there.
And it wouldn't be a good Stallion football game without a few extra jumps on the O-line. We're used to that around here.
Well, you know, Wolfman, it's tough. I mean, this has been a game of plenty of ups and positives, so there's got to be something for Coach to point to for them to work on in film. So he's just giving them a little bit of ammo, and something to talk about.
And I know Coach Richardson, he will be pointing that out, ladies and gentlemen.
Quick out to the right. I think that's Tyrell Williams. No, that is not. I believe it's hard to tell if that's a 4 or a 9, because it almost looks like a 4, making me think it's Jaheim Evans.
86?
Just out there on the right. That wasn't. Well, short gain nonetheless to get close to that original line of scrimmage. Looking at about a 2nd and 11. Lance Matua-Kellum on that last reception. And the Stallions are on the right hash. Only one receiver out left to the field. Trips right, condensed. And a handoff. Taking it up about 4 yards. It's Jalen Joseph. Conservative call there. But with what we've seen so far from Brandon Gonzalez, nothing is out of play here. If you're the Raiders, you got to be careful. Don't get caught on your heels. Another handoff to Joseph. He cuts outside. Oh, manages to make 2 miss. And now he's up the sideline with room and is approaching midfield with a big gain of about 15.
Like I said earlier, when you give the ball to Jalen Joseph, he is a playmaker. He's got a knack and a great vision to find those openings. And if you give him an opening on the edge, you might as well yell for your safeties because you're burnt.
And few things are more demoralizing to a defense than long third down conversions, particularly on a run, as this time we see Tyrell Williams making man after man miss. Getting up across the 50, approaching the 30 on another big play for the North American Stallions. Keep the chains moving. Don't get too comfortable, because here they come.
Yeah, man. All of the moves that he had in his bag, he whipped out on them right there. Got us all the way up to the 33-yard line.
Gonzalez snaps it. Oh, thinks again on that original pass. And although there's an incompletion, that might have been the better of what could have happened had he let it go originally. Enough wherewithal to understand that there was a defender in that passing lane originally. I think that was Eiley Ware-Mercer.
Olu making his debut to the varsity roster as an offensive player. Good job, sir. And Brandon, we gotta get those balls up. Even though I know that wasn't the pass we wanted to make right there, we gotta make better passes, young man. I've been bragging on you. Gotta see it.
Gonzalez Joseph on the read option. This time, Gonzalez keeping it, getting a couple blockers in front of him, and able to gain what looks to be about a short gain of 3 yards. Oh, maybe more. Excuse me. 3rd and 4. They're 5 they're looking at.
Ball's on the 27-yard line. As you said earlier, little Brandon, when he puts his head down, There's no fear in those runs.
And I'm almost starting to wonder who is the most fearsome player on the Stallions offense right now. Is it the guy who's going to throw it downfield despite having a hand in his face? Is it the guy who can make you miss 3 times in Jalen Joseph? Is it Tyrell Williams?
Or is it the guy that's just going to try to run you smooth over in the defensive captain, Carlos Johnson?
And honestly, you might say that the Raiders are lucky not to have seen him much since that initial drive, but when everybody else is getting it done, he can continue to rest on the sideline and do what he has to do on the defensive end. As we come up on a 4th and about 4 yards to go, Stallions here at the 26. Salgado staying on the sideline, because when your offense is performing at arguably the peak that it has throughout the season, why wouldn't you continue to see some things, try some things out? And
got trips right, and Jason Reeves still has number 9 all over him, but that's a good one-on-one matchup. Roger Gonzalez slides over to the right, and he gets brought down by number 16. The 3-way player, punter slash left guard slash defensive tackle, has stepped up today.
A do-it-all sort of guy gets the turnover on downs needed by the Raiders, as North American was encroaching into the red zone, but no, they'll be stopped. Raiders take over at about 32-yard line.
With the kickers that is on the roster for North American, I am very shocked. The wind has died down. That would have been a great chance for Saldano to give us a good kick. And then you have the power kicker in Wilcox. I'm kind of confused with how that went down, but trust the process, and the coaches, I'm always yelling about them, that trust me, I'll get my work done, so I trust them. Hey, our defense is kicking butt right now, and that's not bad field position. Up and over, number 22, first one to hop up off the ground. Great tackle to stop the momentum by Williams.
And that's a play call that will slow down that defensive line penetration. You saw a lot of guys get there in the backfield, but Carmichael able to cut it up with the opportunities and the holes given to him by his offensive line, not getting touched until he had already gained 8 yards, flipping for the 9th. And now it's a 2nd and short here for the Raiders. Ball outright.
Oh, boy. So the quarterback threw a little bit of a curveball. I'm sitting direct on line with where that ball came from, and there was some movement on that thing, and more of a slider than anything, way out in front of the receiver.
Definitely lateral movement. He wasn't ready for that one.
Good play call, though. That came down to execution right there, and the Stallions' defensive line was not going to give you a chance to mess around either.
And give Isman Ware some credit. Ball came out quick. I mean, and that's the play design.
Defensive end Cullen Wilson was all over him. Big blitz on the play. Speaking of Cullen Wilson, he is in on the scrum. As they rip the helmet off of number 22, Axiom McLaughlin and Colin Wilson will get credit for that tackle, or should I say stoppage of play.
That was well timed on that blitz there. You saw Jaheim Evans, one of the 2 blitzers, timing it up just before the snap. One of the byproducts of those plays is possibly getting a lineman to jump with that pressure that's coming right before the snap. But that time, a positive gain for the Raiders, and still looking at 4th and about 3 yards to go. So we'll see what they draw up here.
Well, Brick, I have to tell you, they lost 1 yard on that one. All that shuffling, buffling, and pushing. The line judge didn't move. He stepped back.
Fooled me. You know, I guess I'm paying way too much attention to the sticks. The sticks are doing the cha-cha slide out there.
They are doing that. That's that wonderful volunteer party we have. Thankful for them. Big hit to stop the scrum. Justin Dillard decided, enough of that, sacrifice his own body to shut down the running play.
Good luck getting by a guy like that.
And he is still on the ground, reaching for air, oxygen, and the trainer.
And so while they check on him, we'll check on these commercial breaks brought to you by College Football Kickoff, only on Clutch.
So the Stallions, with a little statistical update, they have made 18 total first downs on the day with 195 rushing yards, 125 passing yards. Amazing day for the Stallions. Number 15 with a little direct snap out of the Wildcat, brought down by 54. So they've been brought back to the 43 for a few yards lost right there.
It's Jaden Adams there receiving the call from coach and relaying it to his offense. Coming out of the huddle now. Looking at a 2nd and 15.
Trips left, inside handoff to DeCarlos Johnson, who finds daylight and takes it all the way down to the 25-yard line, brought down by number 16 and 52.
And just absolutely dissolves a long down and distance, making it look easy. And honestly, he might have put more hits on the defense than the defense put on him. What an incredible gain. And his efficiency just through a few carries this game and his impact has been noticeable. As we've got another Stallion on the ground, so we'll take another timeout along with. And we will see you on the other side of the break here at College Football Kickoff, only on Clutch.
North American University is a small, private, non-profit university located in Houston, Texas. North American University promotes a healthy mix of campus activities and strong academics. North American University offers bachelor's and graduate degrees in computer science, education, and business administration, and has great scholarships ranging from $3,000 to $11,000 still available for the upcoming fall semester. Apply at www.na.edu or call the campus to set up a tour today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back as the Stallions hand off the ball to number 15, and he is trucking down the road.
Ball's out. Raiders saying they've got it. Also a flag on the field. A whole lot of things going on in this one. And from that previous play, thank goodness Josiah Walker able to walk off under his own power.
Looks like he fumbled on the one.
And that's the number one thing your running back coach will tell you is ball security, high and tight, especially as you're running into contact. Obviously, it's one thing you break open and you get excited and you're pumping arms, but you've got to hold that ball high and tight. Raiders looking like they've gotten a turnover here. The body language of the Stallions looks to confirm that as the defense starts walking out on the field, but referee's still in their meeting, so we'll hold off on that decision. We still got to learn what the flag's about.
We've got half the referees confirming. So you see the one of the hats signaling to the line like this is where the ball is going to be. So we know the ball is definitely a turnover. We know that for sure. Trying to see what this penalty was. I'm assuming with all of this conversation that there's an unsportsmanlike taunting play wrapped up in it.
Wouldn't be surprising with what we've seen so far in this game. What is surprising is I don't know if I've ever seen this many referees in one game. They almost have enough to field a team of their own right now. Looking like to be 8 stripes out there.
Big shout out to the NAIA referee crew. You know, I've been a little, how can I say, on their side for a lot of games, but the SID over there at North American University has not always been, especially during soccer season. He had voiced some of his opinions earlier this way via his articles, and we had to put a kibosh on that article quickly. Thanks and big shout out to Mr. Abdul Halim Yusuf, the head of marketing over there, and bigger shout outs to Reverend Justin Jackson, the SID at North American. I know they want some more attention and some more eyes here on the Stallions, so they've been right there on the edge of crossing some lines, if you know what I mean. Proud of them for keeping us in the point of view. And another big shout out to Texas College. That is Coach Jackson's alma mater. We had the luxury of calling their basketball game in Versus Prairie View earlier this week. And speaking of basketball, have you seen those Stallions? Those air-defying, high-jumping, laser-shooting Stallion basketball players.
Undefeated so far.
Undefeated men and women's teams. It's an awesome start to the winter season.
Backed up in their own end zone. Let's see what the Raiders go with. And they go with a throw off to the side there, but recovered there by the Stallions. Got to follow through because that looked like, if it wasn't a lateral pass, that looked in to be going backwards. But no, they'll call it an incomplete forward pass.
As I put in the stats, and I'm putting in the stats, and I'm showing where the ball was incomplete at, the computer's saying fumble. But I got to figure out a way to make the AI program understand that was not a fumble. That's just an incomplete pass. Milton Green was a little overzealous. He hiked the ball. Next thing you know, he saw 44, 55, 99. Now that is half of the defensive front, and
you're gonna get rid of it.
Led by the missile we call Jaheim Evans. You ain't hanging on to that ball. That's a guarantee.
I would say be careful with how you get rid of that ball. I mean, and good mental awareness by Gordwin there to pick that ball up just to be sure that the Stallions weren't leaving 6 points on the board. And so they'll try it again here. And this time under center. Not under center, excuse me. Looking like a T-bone formation.
Big shout out to the Metroplex area, Miss Tracy 3412 all the way from Dallas, as we see what looks like to be a safety in the backfield. That swarming, stable Stallion herd of a defense has presented another penetration into the backfield. Big Crawford, Jaheim Evans, And Cartavius Waters got to go to the replay to figure out who we're giving that safety to.
Tyrell Carmichael escaping the initial trap that was waiting for him, but ultimately not able to get away as you saw all those hats. Whole bunch of guys hungry for that safety will not let him get away. And so now we see a 30-6 ball game here in favor of North American with just under 3 minutes left in the quarter. And on top of all that, they'll also get the ball back. So we'll see the kickoff coming from the Raiders. As number 77 trots back out onto the field, looking to kick this one from their own 20. So the Stallions certainly have an opportunity to start off with some great field position. Standing back there, we see Tyrell Williams. I believe that's also Jalen Joseph. And if you're number 77 for the Raiders, just make sure it doesn't go to that man. You might even kick it a little shorter to make sure he doesn't end up with the ball.
Because he has officially made 23 people miss today. 23.
That's
23 missed tackles brought to you by Tyrell Williams.
Oh, Tyrell Williams has.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you've lapped the defense twice. That's
Jalen Joseph has 11 missed tackles, and we are about to see a couple, I am assuming. Number 20 is down here quick, but he gets pummeled by Williams. Brought down by number 16, who, as we said, has been all over the field.
Solid tackle there. Solid tackle to stop or mitigate, at least, the damage done by Jalen Joseph. He was looking to add bodies to that 11 that you mentioned.
So they are now at the visitors' 47-yard line. And let's see the plan here. We had a little offensive stall the last few times out. Hopefully we can get this thing back on track here.
Well, so Wolfman, tell me what your approach to this possession here is. You're up 3 scores. You're up 24 points late in the third quarter. How do you move forward in this drive? What are you looking to do?
To be honest with you, I want to see Big Reeves touch the ball or get an attempt, so I'd start off here with just a super long bomb to Jason Reeves, see what he can do, and then we're running it for the rest of the time. We got 9 running backs. I want to see how many of them can get down the field, just like DeCarlos Johnson just did.
And just a force of nature, that guy. I mean, he looks unwavered by anything. I'm not sure there's anything this defense can do to phase him. To your point, I would love to see Reeves get another opportunity. We saw that touchdown earlier on that 50-50 ball. I'm not sure you can really call it that because he made it a lot more like an 80-20, if that. So you definitely have wiggle room. You have some margin for error. Yeah, let's see what your guys can do. But they're going again.
Back in the pistol formation. DeCarlos Johnson, sitting in the quarterback position, takes the ball and smoothly slides out of number 23's hands for 5 more yards.
On one leg. And, you know, I've got to say, I love this right here. Yes, you play through the whistle, and they're still pushing their guy downfield. I love that energy. This is energy that we haven't seen in a little while from this sideline, and it's great to see right now. Absolutely dominant right now. On the ground, through the air, over 200 yards rushing today so far.
250 yards rushing for the Stallions.
Outstanding.
20 first downs. And guys, 10 for 14 completions on passing.
Efficient in every sense of the word and every measure of the game. They're putting on a clinic today.
I know Dr. President Taban is at the house just smiling at his TV screen right now.
And how can't you? How can you not? This team is performing to what we see their potential is.
And the sneaky back, a.k.a. the running back, Mr. Lewis gets up in there. It's like he knows how to get down so low. By the time he's passing the line of scrimmage, they're like, where'd he go? And then, boom, here's 6 more yards for you.
Low man wins, and if you can't make contact with him because he's sweeping under your legs, crawling through your legs.
He reminds me of last year's running back, now the defensive linebacker assistant coach and graduate coach, D. Hadnot. He reminds me a lot of Hadnot. Hadnot is actually 5'4", so running low for him is a very easy thing. But Mr. Lewis can get down. Nice pass over to number 5, Jadarian White, who takes it in for a touchdown. Our defensive linebacker, who doubles as a tight end sometimes, just took it right on in.
And real simple, great play action there coming from under center by Gonzalez. Easy rollout and quick pass, and then you leave it to Jadarian White to do the rest. And he did that. Made one guy miss and an easy touchdown from there. And now we're looking at a 36-6 ball game. The Stallions trying to run away with it. Trying isn't the word anymore. Running away with it.
Somebody give Jadarian White his cell phone, because he just made a house call for another Stallion touchdown. Salgado in for the PAT, sticking with him. Great hold, and Salgado again had his foot turned, that front toe turned to the outside. And with the follow through of a kick, where the ball goes right on over to your left shoulder, and he hits that post on something that most football players couldn't do on purpose. We're going to take a quick break right here. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is North American University College Football Kickoff, only on Clutch.
Private, non-profit university located in Houston, Texas. North American University promotes a healthy mix of campus activities and strong academics. North American University offers bachelor's and graduate degrees in computer science, education, and business administration, and has great scholarships ranging from $3,000 to $11,000 still available for the upcoming fall semester. Apply at www.na.edu or call the campus to set up a tour today.
Been there before. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we are back. I want to give a big shout out to our camera operators, camera extraordinaire, camera artiste, if you will. Ms. Boss Lady Michelle White coming down out of the studio and the production booth today to help us out with the cameras. And the one and the only Keith Hewlett. This is one of the other production specialists. Keith will run down and grab the coaches for interviews all the time, and he is very curt when he does so. So we want to give you guys a big shout out. Thank you guys for being our operators. Zero brings the ball in and gets hit, dipped, tackled, pushed, and then brought down by number 13, Jalen Sassoons.
Yeah, excellent coverage there by the special teams unit. Keeping that return real short after what was initially muffed by Tredarius Taylor. And so Raiders will see their possession starting at the 22-yard line. At this point, looking for something positive, looking for some sort of gain, something they can go back to the film and look at.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a brief announcement from Coach Brian Doze, the head coach of the men's basketball team. He is also the school's athletic coordinator, so stand by for that announcement coming after this play. Number 3 back in at quarterback. Very high snap. The center can't make the decision, am I snapping to the high, tall quarterback or low to the shorter quarterback? He's got to figure this thing out. 77 is also the punter, so he's usually understanding where the snap should be. That ball over the quarterback, he does get it and corrals the fumble. So that's how we end the third quarter. Stallions up 36 to the Raiders 6. Ladies and gentlemen, this is North American University football with College Football Kickoff only on Clutch. As the crowd is rocking to the DJ, the Stallions back on defense. Raiders take over on the 7-yard line. Number 3 stands to his right. Quick pass out to number 4 as he's making the Stallions miss, but he made the wrong person have to come back to get him. Big number 49, Jaden Jacobs, laying of the leather right here, or in this case, the high 7/18 poly plastic, if you will.
And that's Christian Clay trying to make something out of not a whole lot for the Raiders. And now looking at what looks to be about a 3rd and 18. So we'll see what they call up. A bit surprised to see Milton Green not out there at quarterback to launch it, but we'll see what Isman Ware's got as he takes the snap and lets it go immediately, going deep. Unable to connect on the sideline for the Raiders. And that receiver's slow to get up.
These Stallions, man, they're putting it out there all on the line. I mean, physical play. That's kind of what you want to see. When you hear the word hike, it sounds like a car crash down there in the line of scrimmage. Everybody's having these moments where they're getting slow to get up, if you will. Been a few injuries on both sides of the ball. And ladies and gentlemen, as we start this quarter, we've had a time adjustment due to the stadium implications, if you will. So we're going to break this thing down to 10 minutes. You are not tripping or losing your eyesight. That is what it is. Punt is all the way back. Number 10 brings the ball up. Great job. Got a little flag on the play. Looked like a block in the back, but he takes that thing all the way back for a touchdown. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Keyshawn Langham showing the moves where we had a penalty by looks like Zedric Earls, who did not need to do that. The man was already past him. But, sir, we do not mind the intent. I mean, you gave us 100%. You gave us a good hustle. That was Olu Senwalu on that. Looked like he got the penalty. But Keyshawn Langham just took off like a bat out of, I'll say it, like a bat out of Our Lady of Lake University. Sorry.
It's good.
Rivals. There it is.
Olu probably going to have to get a milkshake for his buddy. After that one, taking 7 off the board, well, 6 off the board. But again, you can only be so mad at a play like that. You like the energy, you like the effort, because it can be hard to get guys excited about blocking. It can be hard to tell a guy, hey, I want you to put his nameplate in the dirt. I need to see him on his back. The only problem is when it's a block in the back. And so instead of Salgado coming out for the PAT, Gonzalez is instead in the pistol formation at the 50, and he'll keep this read option. Good block by Williams. He's pushing behind 2 of his receivers. And what had looked like a pickup of about 17 by Gonzalez is now instead a Raiders possession. I'm not even sure if that was an outright fumble or just a strip by one of the Raiders defenders and just taking it away from Gonzalez. And in a game where he has been excellent and had a lot more upside and highlight plays, he has made a mistake here, it seems, giving the ball back to the Raiders.
Tough times here with the Stallions. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Seems like the mandatory recipe for Stallions football today.
All I heard was that they're still going forward there, Wolfman. And in the optimistic sense, certainly some things to clean up today after what has ultimately been a great performance by them. Definitely plenty to come back and look at. Another one launched deep by Ware. Broken up. Good safety help there by Ronald Smith, doing push-ups for what he probably believes should have been an interception going through his hands.
And yeah, like you were saying, all you hear is they're still moving forward. You are absolutely correct. Despite the few negative things that has happened within this game, these are predictable negative things for the Stallions. And they have limited those things. So I'm very happy. It's a lot of positive Stallion football that's been played today. As our old photographer has mistakenly hit this sideline, which could lead to a few coaches being upset. We will get back down to you guys later. Oh, Colin Wilson coming up huge. Colin stands about 6'3", but he just approached that line at 7 foot 12 inches and a half as he jumps in the air to swat that ball down. Great job, Mr. Wilson from Park, Texas.
The awesome thing is I don't think he swatted that with his hands. I think he swatted that with his face mask.
Yeah. Definitely put the forehead on the ball trying to get a goal. Wrong sport, still happy.
That's using your head, kid. Excellent play here to make it 3rd and 10 for the Raiders. Still operating from their own 32-yard line. Ware in the backfield. Calling for it. Twins right and left. Lets it go immediately. Looking downfield and finding Jawan Giddens. Bobbled between him and the DB. Ultimately still coming down with it and getting the foot down on the sideline. And you just have to tip your hat there. That's a great offensive play. Excellent defensive coverage. We've seen the secondary for the Stallions be on top of it all afternoon long. But that's one that just you have to give to the offense as missed delivery between quarterback and running back lends to Ware falling on the ball in the backfield.
2 steps forward, 1 step back is the recipe of the day. I'm telling you, it just happens that way.
And you got to wonder, how is Coach going to approach this post game, this following week? I, of course, believe, with what at this rate is looking like a victory, it's going to be a lot more positive, good talk than not. But of course, you can never be satisfied. You never want complacency to set in with your team. So hey, great performance out there. First and foremost, great performance. A lot to clean up here. We had a lot of penalties that were avoidable, a lot of miscues here and there, but you guys did well. You fought all day, you showed urgency, and you came out to get a win that you deserved.
Sometimes penalties just is part of the game. You know, it's not something that can be prevented in some of these cases. Some of these cases have just been a guy giving us some overzealous hustle. And that's, like I said, it's a great thing. But as far as the total grade, Stallions, way above a B+. Way above a B+. This is a A- at best. And I mean at worst.
Yeah.
And the passing game, which has been a little spark over the last few weeks, has been sustainable this week. And that's something else you got to be proud of. 152 yards passing. 241 rushing yards for the Stallions. Little discombobulation as that pocket folds right up on the quarterback. He was swallowed by the defense in this play, ladies and gentlemen. No diddy.
Absolutely overwhelmed with pressure surrounding him. I can only imagine what he was hearing in his head was just a bunch of static. Guys all over the place. He was not getting out of there.
Yes, sir. 17 and 99 gets credit for that. I kind of wanted to slide 40 in there and 35. They made a hit.
Yeah, that's Cartavius Waters and Chris Williams in there once again. He has been a nuisance today. Even if he hasn't always gotten a statistic that shows up in the box score, trust me when I tell you, both Ware and Green have been aware of number 17.
Another inside handoff. Oh boy, the defensive line gets stalled for the first time all day by the O-lineman, and that gives room for number 22 to find some space out on the edge.
And that's Tyrell Carmichael again making something out of nothing, a lot of something there actually, because for the most part the D-line had done what they needed to do. They clogged up the middle, forcing him to then bounce out, and his speed just took over from there, his agility, able to get around the edge and find a first down for the Raiders.
24-yard line. The Raiders are making some headway. Clap goes up, shotgun position, and he just dives down and eats the ground because he did not want to feel that hit that was coming from Colin Wilson and Cartavius Waters, who both will get credit for that sack.
Honestly, kind of looked like a volunteer sack. You know, he's like, hey guys,
Blow the whistle.
we know what's about to happen.
Blow the whistle.
Here. I'll save you some trouble.
Please blow the whistle.
I'll just right here.
Is it okay if I don't slide? I just lay down?
Making eye contact with the ref, like, hey, do your job. Do your player safety, remember.
And man, I got it. We're checking the trainers for Alka-Seltzer because the way Colin Wilson was foaming at the mouth for that hit, you got to understand. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take this break with this injury timeout and pray for Cartavius Waters as he finds air, water, and a little resistance. We'll be back after these messages. College Football Kickoff. So we are back, second down, 5 minutes and 32 seconds left in this game. The Raiders have a little chunk to get, 2nd and 17. They've been making headway. Brick, tell me what you think this is going to amount to.
Well, we've seen the Raiders move the ball before, but this defense has been stingy all afternoon. And now Green is back in and launches a deep one and gets it out to Jawan Giddens again on another 50-50 ball, this time getting the better of the Stallions secondary, able to fall inside the end zone as Kevin Williams is going to be looked at inside the end zone.
Giddens came out of the slot position, and man, if he just gave a big-time professional receiver move, that little 3 steps out, I give you the right shoulder, hesitate, take off on you.
And honestly, he was right out of the gate to the point where I thought it was a false start.
Yeah, no, that definitely happened.
I was looking for the flag, didn't see one, but he was going for that one all the way. And honestly, this is a bit of the surprise that not seeing Green come back in the game.
Yeah.
Instantly with the deep ball, instantly connecting for 6. And it's almost a question of why hasn't he been in a little bit more? I don't know if it's a question of wanting to have Ware in the game to see what he can do more of, but Green having an impact today with his arm, and I guess that answers your question of what do you think the Raiders are going to make out of this drive?
Yeah. Put it up to your best player, which is what they did. Not a great pass. That was a Peyton Manning less than duck, if you will.
He was behind him for sure.
Yeah, and thankfully, that little hesitation step that helped him lose the defender gave him time to be under the ball and not have to reach back for it. But great execution by the Southwest Raiders. Way to not give up. You got a limited roster right now. You're playing some guys that have been consistently playing NAIA and D1 schools, so they're already a little bit bigger, stronger, faster, but they're also a little bit beat up too. So this is the time for you to sneak in and get some touchdowns and get your execution going. Stallions got to pick their heads up. They should understand that it is, in this case, just a touchdown, and they have had quite a few already, so I think we'll be all right. We scored a touchdown.
And unfortunate sight, seeing Kevin Williams carried off. Hopefully he's all right. As Green throws it in the corner, looking for Giddens. They're going to call a flag on Olu again, as they're saying he was a bit handsy over there on that fade route. And so the Raiders will get a second chance at this 2-point conversion. So that'll move them half the distance to the goal line. And it wouldn't be surprising at all to see them go back to Giddens. I mean, he just on this drive alone, he's made 2 fantastic catches, ultimately leading to a touchdown for the Raiders. Green's already looking his way, saying, you already know what's coming to you. No hesitation. Lets it off again, and this time almost brings one in right-handed, but Olu doing just enough to keep that one out of his possession. And so with 5 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock in this one, the score is now 42-12 in favor of North American. And with that, we'll go ahead and take a timeout, and we'll be back with the kickoff after this one here at College Football Kickoff, only on Clutch. We are back here at Stafford Municipal as the Raiders are looking here to kick it off after their touchdown drive, making it a 42-12 ball game, just over 4 to go. Back to bring it forward. And on a good return before getting slammed is Roland Harvey.
No, that's
No.
Jaheim.
Is that Jaheim?
Yes, sir.
Jeez. My mistake. That's context clues for you, Brick. Got to do better. Of course they're not having the quarterback go out there returning kicks. My mistake, folks. That's what the Wolfman's here for. It's to keep me straight. And so, starting with this possession here on the 48-yard line, Stallions have Brandon Gonzalez out there with, I believe, Isaiah Richard coming across the formation, and it was Dominic Berry, and I think they're going to call a, whoa.
Looks like another false start.
It does, and that'll come back. And again, you know, and it's not to harp on these, because certainly you're in a position where this isn't going to cost you a game. But these are mistakes that you want to avoid in closer contests and that do need to be cleaned up. But fortunately, again, you're in a position where you have enough margin for error that this doesn't kill you. So Gonzalez will try it again. Barry across the formation, touch pass. Barry cutting. Getting about 3 yards there from where they're marking it. Making it now a 2nd and 12. Gotta imagine to see the Stallions keeping the ball here on the ground, to run the clock out.
I know that was a short pass, but with the way things work here in Stafford, inside of the stable, you don't want to take any chances. Another short pass thrown to Dominic Berry.
And he didn't get up with the football, but we'll see if the referees are still holding it for the Stallions, and it looks like they are. And so now it'll be a 3rd and maybe 10.5 to go for the Stallions. And honestly, I'm not sure, Wolfman, whether I'm expecting to see a pass or a run here. I wouldn't be surprised to see them air it out here.
3rd and 10, and nope, they don't have. Guess that's Richards in the backfield. I was thinking Jalen Joseph would be in the backfield on this play. Just give the ball to him, keep it safe. But
a lot of subs in the game. Gonzalez over the middle and hit, perhaps early as we see a flag out, was Dominic Berry. Another scuffle down closer to the line of scrimmage. Referee's looking to get in the middle of that one as we wait for what the call is, and it looks like holding or hands to the face. He looked like he made 2 different gestures there, but either way it's on the defense, and that's an automatic 1st down for the Stallions. So Stallions will maintain possession and move the chains. As again, we've seen a lot of the starters come out of the game. Good time to get some work in and experience running through the playbook for the 2nd and tertiary guys.
automatic 1st down. Stallions back in the shotgun.
Kellum out right, wide right alone.
Another end over to Dominic Berry this time. Wide receiver getting some time in. He gets brought down by number 16.
Flying from behind at that. Caught up to him from the motion. Chased him down and made a pretty solid tackle. Met him with force. As the Stallions move up to the 32.
Taking their time. 2 minutes, 38 seconds left. Score is 36-12.
Under center is Gonzalez. He fakes it, rolls left. Being met on the end there and ultimately brought down by 2 defenders there for the Raiders.
31 and 24 gets credit for that. And they have moved the Stallions back to the 39-yard line. As the Stallions take a timeout, we will also take a timeout. Ladies and gentlemen, this is North American University College Football Kickoff, only on Clutch. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. The Stallions still at the helm on the 39-yard line. Brandon Gonzalez has got us moving up the field. Inside play action. He's got his receiver out to the right. Number 86 has completed the catch, made the catch at the 15-yard line, brought down by number 21.
That's Lance Matua Kellum with a contested catch, able to get leverage, get in front, come back to the ball, and make that an easier throw for his quarterback who trusted him, putting it right where it needed to be. And an incredible first down after a 3rd and 19 conversion. And now we see Gonzalez and Richard back in the backfield. Fumbles the snap, picks it up again, rolls right, lets it go, almost intercepted, looking for Kellum again in the corner. So instead they'll run it back here at the 2nd and 10 at what looks like they've got him spotted at the 16. Maybe it's the 15. I'm too young to have eye issues. Didn't have an eye exam this year. And that might be the start of things.
So the Stallions come back out on the 2nd down after that incomplete pass, looking to eat up some time and possibly get us in the end zone before the end of the half. Lewis leaves his feet, gets touched up a little bit, but he's okay. Not a bad little run. Number 2 in on the tackle.
Yeah, he felt that one. Had his legs taken up from underneath him, but toughness demands that he stays out there. He's all right. As the Stallions creep ever closer, here now on 3rd down.
10-yard line. 5 yards to go for the easy first. It's possible and plausible. Brandon making a little adjustment, a little bit of an audible out there on the field. Same play set. Twins left. Low snap. Throws the ball in.
Oh.
And it is complete. The only way we know how to receive the ball for Galloway, it has to be a highlight. That ball, needle pinpoint action right over the helmet of the defender. Galloway reaches over the face mask, grabs the ball for what is an amazing little catch. You have to zoom in, ladies and gentlemen. I wish we could show you the replay right now, but that catch was somewhat spectacular. I promise you, if you throw the ball at Galloway's face, he'll figure out a way not to get it. But if you put him between a rock and a hard place, he's going to come down with that ball.
You know, you might have called that other one earlier what should have been a routine pitch and catch. This was anything but.
Yes.
But it looked as if it was normal for these guys. The timing was incredible. He didn't get the release you might want, but his quarterback trusts him, puts it where it needs to be, and ends up making just an insane catch with a defender all over him. But in the meantime, we'll take a break. We'll come back to you after this quick commercial break here on College Football Kickoff, only on Clutch.
North American University is a small, private, nonprofit university located in Houston, Texas. North American University promotes a healthy mix of campus activities and strong academics. North American University offers bachelor's and graduate degrees in computer science, education, and business administration, and has great scholarships ranging from $3,000 to $11,000 still available for the upcoming fall semester. Apply at www.na.edu or call the campus to set up a tour today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and after that touchdown, the clock just kept ticking away. The referees felt like there was no reason for us to go on with another kickoff and presentation of what would be maybe a first down or a couple of first downs. So that game got ticked off. It is now officially over, and we have players of the game. So for receiving, Big Dog, Jawan Giddings, number 9, for the Southwest Raiders, reeled in 134 yards, 2 touchdowns. That young man was out there on a mission and may have possibly been trying out for a spot on the NAU football team. For North American University, the captain of the defense is our offensive player of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, DeCarlos Johnson came in today with 9 carries for 83 yards, and these were 83 big hurting yards.
Impactful yards.
Put some pressure. He averaged 9.2 yards per carry for his longest run of 28 yards. But the average is what you want to slide over to the NFL and say, hey, I know he's our linebacker, but he can do anything. Take a look at this game. So with 83 yards on only 9 attempts, he came away with 1 touchdown. But he is the co-player of the game. Our freshman, JV star of the season, gets his first step and chance at the varsity roster. Young Mr. Brandon Gonzalez, number 2, 15 for 21 on passing for 193 yards and 4 touchdowns. The boy was on fire. And that's all I can say. Brick, give us your analogy.
I mean, you summed it up just excellently. Honestly, how can he not be the star of the game today that you saw? He was out. He made quick reads. He made good decisions. He was unafraid to use his legs, but he wasn't skittish to get out of the pocket. He trusted his line. He trusted his receivers time and time again and gave them chances to make big plays, and more often than not, they came up and met the challenge. So this was an incredible performance throughout for the whole team, offense and defense, but you've got to give credit to Brandon Gonzalez today for stepping out and, like you said, his first start out here on the varsity level and just showing absolutely that he can hang with these teams.
Yes, sir. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been onClutch Network right here. This is the college football only onClutch. And I have to say, on behalf of all of our sponsors, coaches, faculty, staff members, and students, thank you for participating. Now, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. See us for our next broadcast, which will be next Saturday. And possibly, we did have an announcement from Coach Doe's. Tuesday's basketball game has been moved back to regular time, 5:30 and 7:30, right here in the stable. So you guys beware and be ready, because they are undefeated. For Virginia Brick, this is the DJ Wolfman. Ow, baby! We'll be back to you guys next week. See you, and good night.